The main reason I got into this business is I was fortunate that when I was in high school, I was knee-high, about knee-high to a grasshopper. I wasn't the biggest guy in the world. Tried to play football my sophomore year of high school. That didn't work out. I got to work with the varsity as a student manager back then, and I worked for a guy named Jeff Boss. He was able to get me after high school up to LSU as a student manager, and I was majoring in education and physical education and with a minor in social studies, and I was doing my student teaching, and I came to a brilliant revelation after dealing with 7th and 8th graders all day for a semester that I didn't want to teach, didn't want to coach. I just wanted to do what Coach Boss was doing, fitting helmets, shoulder pads, and working with young guys on a daily basis in a football program. Oh, camp days are pretty long. I can get here probably about 5 o'clock in the morning, but I'm sure I'll be here till after 10, 11 o'clock at night, and back in and get home about midnight and back in it for 5 in the morning. My assistant Austin and I and the student managers will get our Navy helmets, which are predominantly our game helmets. You know, our matte white helmets are going to be our practice helmets. We might wear them one time during the course of the year, the white helmets for a game, but most of the time it's going to be Navy, because when you think of Rice, you think of that Navy helmet now with the gray face mask. So, you know, I think it's a unique look for Rice. It's very identifiable. Probably wear these the week we're in Australia. Get them broken in for the game before that. So this is something that the old place didn't have, was this lift right here. Normally our semi is parked right here, but we got it in front of gate 4 for exposure in case people want to ride by and take a picture in front of it. So we got it over there. Once the season starts, we'll back it up back here and keep it parked right here. So that way on road trips, we're just loading stuff from the equipment room straight into the truck, and after he's loaded, he's ready to rock and roll. Australia is kind of like a bowl game, but what makes it difficult is the customs aspect of it. It's called a cornet, but that cornet is, you list everything that's in that trunks. That's that trunk's passport. So not only did I have to get a passport, but I got to get passports for my trunk, so to speak. So you got to clear customs, and you know, going into Australia, the rule is you cannot have grass going in or grass going out. So after the game, I'm going to have to sit there and make sure all the shoes and all that stuff do not have grass on them. Make sure the trunks, I guess, don't have grass on them or in them. You're there for a week, 5 days, and you're practicing. So not only do you have to have their everyday practice gear, but you know, stuff doesn't last, you know. So you gotta pack up a little bit of this, a little bit of that, pretty much your whole entire equipment room, and get it in the trunks and bags and all that. So when you get to Australia and practicing, and the kid comes up with a hole in a pair of socks, you at least got a pair of socks to trade out for him. And also, you know, they say it's sunny in Australia, but you know what? In August, that's the end of the winter, coming to the end of the winter season. So it could be rainy, could be cold. So it's just an equipment manager's nightmare. 2 words we hate to hear: rain and cold. I would say probably the most memorable thing is actually winning a conference championship.
For Coach David Bailiff and the Rice Owls, doesn't it feel good here in Houston for the home team?
That was an unbelievable experience. I mean, it was equipment manager's nightmare. It was cold as heck, but you know, hey, we answered the bell. We wasn't, pretty much, seems like everybody was betting on Marshall to take the title, and I mean, we came out and like a rolling ball of butcher knives, and we got after them, and they didn't know what hit them. So us winning that conference championship was probably the most memorable thing.
As Rice will win its first outright conference championship since 1957.
Great job by Dave Bailiff.
Another memorable thing is the Brian Patterson Sports Performance Center. Moving from the old digs, the old equipment room, which was probably no bigger than a size 18 Triple E shoebox, to what we call Taj Mahal. And I got unbelievable space and ample room here now, so we can store the boxes on the side and unpack them at a pretty good clip, and we're not walking over boxes to find what we're looking for. So this is my laundry room / storage room. I got 4 65-pound washers, 4 75-pound dryers. In the new Brian Patterson Sports Performance Center, I have the luxury of having my laundry room, little room right there inside the equipment room, so that makes it a little bit easier. I got a bigger issue window too, so that even helped. The nuisance of the old building, I was issuing stuff through a half of a door. I mean, now I got a window that's probably about 4 times as in width of it. Makes it a little bit easier. Now they can see my pretty smiling face every day.